Hello, easy entrepreneurs. Jason here. I'm going to be taking you through marketing with blogs. Now, we've already discussed and gone quite into depth how to create your blogs, how to use the tools. So even if you're not really great at writing your essays or writing blogs and articles, there's a lot of tools out there that can definitely help strip out the kind of problems that you're going to have with grammar and plagiarism and thesaurus and all these kind of tools that are out there. So you really have no excuse for sending out a blog with a spelling mistake in it or with various errors in it, simply because those tools that I took you through will help you to dilute or remove all of those issues. So what it really comes down to is that you have got to trust your style. If you're not the best English professor kind of writing style, that's okay, as long as you can resonate with your group of people that you're going to write for. So if you can have that kind of likable persona, but you're writing in a very casual kind of English, as long as you're running those tools against there and you're making sure to eliminate silly mistakes or glaring errors, you're going to be fine. So jump right in there and use that and follow those previous video training that'll allow you to actually see how to use those tools and how to create good blogs. Use how to do the researching and everything. So that brings us to making the assumption now that you've written the blog and you're about to put it on your website. How to do that? How do I get this onto my website and what do I do with it? It's very, very simple indeed, and I'll take you through a couple of steps, and also then how to add marketing strategy to it. How to use this blog to either get you more followers or to get you more sales or whatever the case may be. So really, the key thing with blogs is that you're not spending all that time writing blogs for nothing. So you are either doing it to generate a kind of camaraderie and building community and a sense of community and so on with your followers, or you're specifically driving a call to action. So you want them to click on a specific link, you want them to register, or you want them to buy, or something of that nature. So again, I'll repeat. One is either deliberately to a call to action, and the other one is just simply to give value to your community and to continue to build them and warm them up for a future sale that's going to happen. Alright, so let's have a look at some of the opportunities inside here and talk about how to drive that call to action. So each blog must be written to segment readers. I mentioned that previously. So write your blog around, okay, we're talking about weight loss, we're talking about supplements, we're talking about getting a six-pack, so it's exercise regime for stomachs or whatever the case may be, but write the blog specific to those people. Don't, a lot of people that I've coached turn around and say, yeah, but isn't it better to just write a blog that everybody will like? Yeah, sure, but then it won't really attract them because it will be so generic. It's better to draw right down and to hit on a sore nerve, a sore problem that they are experiencing that hardly anybody is talking about, but you are talking about. And literally when they come across that and they see the title, they're going to go, oh my gosh, this article is written for me. I must read it immediately. So that's really what you want to get out of that. You need to have an offer that aligns with the segmented reader group, as I've mentioned. So if you're writing about endurance cycling, then make sure that the offer is about a special sports drink that helps them to get better mileage out of their endurance cycling. So keep it aligned. If you are talking about getting that six-pack or whatever the case be, and the blog is all about converting your stomach into a good-looking six-pack, then you need to make sure that the offer that you are going to push out there is related to something related to a six-pack. Whether you're going to help them get it through exercises or through diet or through whatever the case be, talk about the problem that they're having, that they can't get the six-pack because they can't get that stubborn fat off their stomach or whatever the case be. So be very specific about what you are writing so that you make sure that when you put down your call to action, people don't go, what the hang is this guy offering me now? It's totally different to what the article is all about. Alright, always discuss the features and benefits in the blog. So what you remember you are doing, especially if you are making an offer or you're wanting the client to go and click on something like a call to action. So you want them to, you give them your email address so that you're going to give them an ethical bribe. So you want to get the email address. You want to get the email address from them. So you're going to have to write about stuff that when you offer that bribe and you say, hey, here's this thing, that they are like, can't wait to get it from you because of what you said inside your blog. So it's got to be laced in there nice and comfortably so that it doesn't seem like you're pitching and selling, but that the person gets the idea that, wow, it's important that you do the right exercises, because if you're doing the wrong exercises, you're never going to get a six-pack. And then as they you indoctrinate them and teach them about this concept, as they get down through the blog, here's the 3 best exercises to get you a six-pack. Now, all this time you've been talking to them about that, and then whammo, there's the six-pack option, that exercise option that you offer them. So now they click on it, and it says to them, pop in your email address here, and we'll email the special exercises to you. And so there you've achieved your call to action, or you've taken them to a sales page, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so always discuss the features and benefits in the blog so that you're selling all the time, but in a gentle fashion, so you're warming the customer up. Allow readers to make up their own mind as to what they need, and identify with your offer, as I've just said. You don't want to be pitching and saying, you got to buy this, you got to buy these exercises, you got to do this, you don't want to be doing that. You want to literally chat about stuff in such a fashion that you highlight the benefits and why it's such a great idea, so that when they see it, they're almost like, oh, great, I'm so glad you got this here, because I was wondering now where I was going to buy this from. And you've already kind of answered that question and set it up. So make sure that your blog article leads them and educates them in your offer, so that when you put the offer in front of them, they go, wow, that's just what I need, because they have new information in their mind which makes them need your offer. So write it with that. Insert hyperlink text. So in other words, this is like we see all over the internet, where there's a physical link on some text where you click on it and it'll take you to another page. So insert hyperlink text all over, but that hyperlink text must always only take them to the funnel page and so on. Insert pictures, again with a hyperlink. Pictures tell 1,000 words, but this is a different kind of picture. It might be a picture to say, hey, and it might be a person sort of scrunched over doing sit-ups and doing the exercise, and say, never do sit-ups again. Rather do these 3 exercises that'll give you 6 packs within 6 weeks, or something of that nature. So do a picture like that in the middle of your blog, so as people are reading, they're reading about the correct exercises and the correct exercises to get a 6-pack, for example, and then whammo, there's their answer right there in front of them. So make sure it's congruent and that it flows into each other. You can do banner adverts. You've all gone onto a website, for example, and right up at the top of the page, there's been this little banner ad changing out and all that type of thing. You can obviously put banner ads onto the top of your web pages and rather take people to your traffic rather than to some random advertising page like the banner adverts would. So the banner advert can go to your page. Obviously, all the links go to the sales funnel. Alright, so this is the sales funnel you're going to create very shortly, and so all these links are all culminating in taking them to that place. So let's jump right in with a demonstration, just so that I can show you how I'm going to put all of these criteria into place, and how we're going to actually do it, and how you actually load even a blog onto your web page and so on. So let's go and get stuck into that, and we're going to show you how to consider using the lead magnet to get your call to action to be valid. So you're talking about endurance cycling, and suddenly my lead magnet is a little advertisement there in the middle of my blog that says, hey, take this supplement, or take these drinks on your next cycling tour to make sure that you get more distance out of your cycling endurance. Something of that nature, so that it talks directly to them. Remember, it must link to the heading. So whatever your heading was the reason why that customer is there. So you don't want the heading to be totally a different topic to what your offer is, because the person came there and is reading your article firstly because of the heading. So you want to make sure that the offer that you put together links somehow to the heading. Use Canva, because Canva is really, really easy in throwing together these little block adverts that you can go and create these ads and put it into your blogs, as we're going to show you shortly. Place the advert inside the actual blog. You can do this 2 or 3 times. It can be the same ad reworded, or it can be exactly the same ad, or it can be the same ad with the same words, just with a different picture behind it, so that it seems a bit different. And you can sprinkle those throughout your blog. Add the link into onto various pieces of text, like check this out, and then just make that a hyperlink and so on. So I'll show you how to do that. And then track the visitors. Although we don't go into it deeply now, I want to mention to you that it's important. So if you've got a blog and you are having them go through to a landing page or to a sales funnel, track how many people are going to that page, because it will immediately tell you which one of your blogs are more successful and which are least successful. And it's easy enough for you to go back to the blogs that are not sending you any people to the blog, to the sales funnel, and simply either changing the ad or adjusting the content. So here's a simple advertisement that I created in Canva. As you can see, it's just a box, colored it green. I put some text inside it. I centered the text, and I basically made the text in the middle white that I wanted to stand out. And I basically just said, yeah, click here to get my free express guide that will transform your career and guarantee your future. The fastest and easiest way for anyone to get started to start a career in IT. So this was specifically an ad that I wanted them to go and learn how they could start a career in IT, because that's an education department and company that I own. And obviously all the time I'm trying to reach people who are stuck in their jobs or want to get into a new career, and basically these are the people that I'm reaching out to and say, hey, here's the fastest and easiest way. And for people who are stuck and thinking, wow, if only I could earn a better salary, or if only I could get a career in IT, I'll be doing the thing that I love. And now this pops up in front of them. It really speaks directly to that person, and it says, wow, that's exact, and it's only 8 pages. Awesome. I'm going to grab this thing and I'm going to see what it is that I have to do to transform my future. Okay, so let's jump right in there and actually go and check that out. So I'm going to go back to one of my blogs, and I'm just going to quickly review the blog. So you'll notice here I've used a nice big heading. Here's my heading 1. Here's my heading 2. So you can see different heading sizes. Lots of space. I'm leaving actual gaps so that I can read this easily and then go on to the next one. I'm starting with questions. I'm starting getting the inquiring mind going. Notice right here I've got a link, so I'm going to take them to wherever I want them to go, and I'm going to say, hey, let me tell you a quick story. So now they want to hear about the story. Notice I'm bolding some of the words. I'm putting stuff in inverted commas, encapsulated and so on, and I'm already going into my next heading. So I'm breaking everything up nice and clean here. I'm stating facts. People love to see facts because they go like, wow, 7.6 million jobs have been lost due to technology. Whoa. So, you know, it's these kind of facts that make me sound like an expert, but those are not my facts. I just went and got those facts off the internet. I found that a company called Webwheel Products had basically done an article on how many, how they could get an increase by 25% due to technology. So here's an article, a statement I can put into my blog and make it sound like I'm an expert and I know that, you know, that's how to achieve this result. All it is that I've just researched my information properly. And I can see I go down here, very well spaced and so on, and boom, there we go. Here's an advertisement sitting within my text, and you'll notice that it isn't hyperlink, and it actually takes me to a landing page. So if I click on this here, it actually takes me through to a landing page, and here's a landing page that we can get into and so on, and I'm bribing them basically to essentially get their email address. So I'm going to go back to my page here. So we'll know now that anything that I'm clicking on, such as a web link, or on one of the advertisement pages, such as any one of these, it will take me through to that page and open up the sales funnel. But it's not only just there that I can do it, I can put it on text and so on right here. So once that's in my web page, this is going to be on offer for every single person. I can send out an email to my news group or to my list, to my database list, and I can say, hey, there's this cool new article on how to find your perfect career in IT, and I can send that out and I can get people to read it, and I can also go and set up an article where I maybe even go and place it on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever, and I get people to come and read this, and when they get to this they go, hey, that's exactly what I want to do. Let me click on this and find out more about it. So very, very easy. So let's go and see. There are 2 ways that I mentioned. If you go back to the web designing platform when we were introducing WordPress, I showed you where we went and actually created our own WordPress site using the free WordPress.com. Well, I've also got the alternative option. So you've either got the free WordPress.com, or I've got a situation in which I go and I actually design, and I go and I do a full-blown WordPress design on my own domain. So you'll notice there that it says actually udesignlearning.com, whereas this one is always going to say WordPress.com post Jason Muller's blog. All right, so that was the example we used in the training recently. All right, so this is great. So I've got a full base blog, and it's so easy because all you have to do is log into your portal, and then you have this interesting little toolbar sitting there. And it means that although I'm browsing the internet and I'm browsing my blog here, if I notice a spelling mistake or something that I want to change, it is easy as pie to just go over here to edit post, and I can go into my article and I can go and edit anything that I like. Obviously over here on this particular one where I've gone and got a blog going here, it's very similar. The only difference is that I'm not on my own domain. So this is the free option, and this is where I've actually gone and bought a domain, and I've gone and I've set it up, and you'll notice that it's very similar. Down the side we've got all the categories for posts and for pages and so on, so it's very similar to what we would have in this particular product here. So we see that, and I can go to posts, and I can go and I can see the post, fastest easy one for anybody to break into a career in IT. I'm going to go edit that page, and let's go and see, and here's my article. So here's all my hyperlinks that I can see. So let's go across here. I've got my hyperlink that I want to take them to on another page here in my notepad. So this is the link that I want everybody to go to if they click on any pictures or if they click on any links. So let's go and see. We can come down here, and it says here, download the guide below. So I could basically go and also select that text so that it's also a hyperlink. So in case somebody gets confused and they don't really know what I'm saying, this will also be a hyperlink. So all I have to do is select it, and I go over to a button that typically looks like insert link, or hover over each of them because it gives a tooltip until I find the right one. Insert a link, and then all I have to do is paste the text into there and press enter. And you'll notice what's happened now is it's turned that into a link. All these pictures here are all already set as links, and you'll notice that it's set as a link right here, and I can basically go over to there, and here you'll see the link. I can also remove the link, so now it doesn't have a link anymore, or I can put a link back on. So I'm going to go put a link back on there, and I just paste that link in that I want to go to. I can make it go to Google, anything. All you have to do is copy the link that you want them to go to from your status bar and paste it in there. So I'm going to paste that in there. So what it's got on, what I've changed here now is I've put a hyperlink onto some text just by selecting the text and selecting that button and pasting my hyperlink in, or any picture I can go and add a hyperlink to it. So I've already done that. That's all super. So I'm just going to save this now and save that and update that. So this is a full-blown WordPress site. So that's the one example that I've got. I'm also going to go back into the demo that I did, and it's actually a very similar kind of concept here. So you'll notice here I've got the ultimate guide to get a career in IT. So I can go and actually add an advertisement in here, or I can go along here and say, you know, let's go and see if there's any other text that I could say. I'm going to say quick guide to IT, and I'm going to make that a hyperlink. It works in exactly the same link, same way. It's like a little link, or you just look for the tooltips and go and find you, and I'm going to paste that in there, and I can go and give it a different text that's going to pop up, and I can make it open in a new window, or I can make it open in this window, and I can link it to either to a page, or I can link it to a URL. So in that case I'm linking it to the URL, and there you can see that's happened there. So that's now a hyperlink. So I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to go and insert my picture. So I'm going to rather do like a block ad or a banner ad. So what I'm going to do is go insert, and I'm going to go find my picture that I've already uploaded. There it is, and I go, there we go, insert, and bam, there we go. So I can move this up a little bit, take some of the spaces out. Cool. So but at the moment it's just a picture. It's not going to, you can't click on it like I would be able to in here. You'll notice my hand turns to a mouse pointer, so it's going to take me to another page. In this case it's just a picture at the moment, so I select it, I go to my link, and I go and I paste that in there, paste my special link in there, and I can say add link. Cool. So I've done that. I could even go in again, just for those of you who missed maybe it, I'll select that, and I'm also going to paste that as a link, and I'm going to say yes please. So everything's a link. The more links the better. Alright, so I'm going to update this, and then I'm going to go over to my blog. Okay, well while that's happening, go over to the blog here, waiting for the update to take place. So let's have a look at what we did here. So fastest way for anybody to break into a career in IT, let's just go there. We're going to go to our other blog that we just edited over here. And while we're doing that, we can also go over here and check. Oh, I see the update has been done, so it's updated. I think all the changes. Well, I think it's still busy, actually, maybe. Yes, I think it is still busy. Just refresh that. Okay, so if I go down here now, you'll notice that it hasn't updated it yet. This is where the new link is going to be, over there. All right, it has. Oh, it has actually added it. Okay, super. So now that's the link that I added. You'll notice it's a hyperlink, and if I hover over here, it's also a hyperlink. So it's very easy for me now to go and say, I'm just going to say open a new link, a new window, and then it's going to take me to my funnel. So anybody reading this article and is really inspired by it and wants to start their new career in IT, and as they're reading all about this and they're like, whoa, that's so awesome, that's such a nice article, and they get here and it's like, what's this? Easiest way to start a, oh great, what is this about? They click on there and they go to this and it's like, hey, here's my free guide and it's a free guide, cool, let me get this. And as soon as they click on there, it asks for their name, so where they can send it to, where we can send it to, and they put in their name and so on, and boom, they can get their free article on how to skyrocket their IT career. That means I now get their email address, I can keep on communicating with them, or I could have even sold them something here. I could have sold them a course here, for example. So I've been talking about a particular kind of course. I could have easily taken them to a sales page. And if you're wondering how to do all of this, this is coming up as the very last lesson that we do in the membership program, and that's coming up soon in the next lesson or two. So keep your eyes peeled. So at this point, we're just taking them to a landing page. So now you'll see these are all hyperlinks, and they'll take us to that page. All right, so let's go look on the other one. I think we added. There's our page again. You notice it's a hyperlink. That's the text we changed to our hyperlink. Download the guide below, and we can click on it, and it'll take us through to the same landing page. There's our sales landing page, and this sales landing page could be something very simple like, hey, here's a free report, or here's a free guide, or here's a free infographic. Just give me your email address and I'll send it to you. So boom, we get the email address and we can start talking to them free of charge. We don't have to pay for advertising or anything. Or it could be bringing them to a landing page like this, which says, hey, you've been reading all about how to become an engineer, an IT engineer. Well, here's your chance. We're slashing the price 50% off today. Check it out. And we could have a whole page here or a video telling them about the page, and then they go through and click on that. So whether you are completely digitally marketing your business, so in other words, you are selling your products, whatever they may be, or you're selling an affiliate program and you're doing it completely online and you're delivering it and everything, you could go and sell products here at this point. Or if you're only, let's say for example, you're an estate agent and you're simply wanting to find new leads, you could go and create an article on how to get a better selling price for your house. And when they start reading the article there, when they get down to that spot, and you're talking all about the article and how to get a better selling price, and they get down to this and says, download the free guide or checklist that you can do on your property before you put it up for sale. And the homeowner looks at that and says, wow, awesome. That sounds like a cool thing we should do before we sell our house. We should make sure it's ready before we get caught out. Super. They click over to that. They arrive at your landing page and they maybe buy the report, or they get a free report. So then you're giving it to them free, but the moment they click on that, you now have their email address, and you know that this person is probably selling their house at the moment because they're or going to soon, because they're very interested in getting a checklist that shows you how to increase the profit when you sell your house. So it's kind of obvious that that must be a person that's in the space that you want them to be. And now you can start emailing them very personal letters to say, hey, how's it? I know you're selling your house. I've got this for you. I've got that for you. I'd like a free interview, whatever the case be. So you can take it on from there, and we'll talk about that further in the next presentation. All right, so I certainly want, blogging is certainly very powerful for your content management, but you also need to kind of go and apply yourself. So my suggestion is to get on board immediately. Set yourself a topic. Start telling your grandchildren or your nieces and nephews or your own children stories at night from ad lib. Start thinking about a beginning, a middle, and an end. Start telling them stories. Start thinking about how these aspects actually play into even telling a child a story or telling an adult a story is the same kind of storytelling. And if you want to look up more about storytelling, there's lots of interesting resources on the internet, so you can always go and look into that. So definitely go try out your first blog. Don't be afraid. Stick it up there. Go and you've already created your own website. Go and put your own blog up into your website and see how to do that. It's very, very powerful. So it's simply a matter of going in there, and if you are uncertain about how to actually do that, it's a simple way to go over to blog posts, either inside this strategy here where you're on all posts and say add new, or if you're using the free option that we set up earlier in the training where it says blog post, and you can simply say add, and you put in a title, my blog, and you go and you probably typed this up already, maybe in Microsoft Word or something like that, where you could use the spell check on that, and you just simply come in here and you can go and paste your information into this page. And once it's pasted in here, you go set your adverts, you go set your hyperlinks that we've just done as I've showed you, and you simply say publish, and boom, you've just gone live. It is really and truly that simple. So without getting stuck on it, I want you to go and try it out. And if you have any challenges or you find any insights, go over to the Facebook EASI Engage page and let us know what it is there. And if you're really stuck in some space that you can't get out of, then send us an email at support@easyentrepreneur.com, and we'll be sure to help you and get one of the team to assist you there. But definitely start out writing your own blog, get it onto your web page. Go into Canva, create a little advertisement of some sorts that you can go and paste into your blog. Do something simple, and for now you can even just take them to a web page, or take them to your MailChimp page that you would have already created, and allow them to go and add their email address in so that they can join your newsletter, for example. So for now, just try out the functionality, just test it and play with it so that you can start getting your feet wet. If you don't try it now, you'll never learn how to actually get this stuff right. So trying is everything. Learning and reading and watching videos and everything is one part of it, but definitely don't forget to practice and go and apply yourself. All right, super. That's been a great session. I hope you got blogging under the belt after this. See you on the next training. Cheers.